Welcome to Writer's Life, the place you get the sight, sound, smells, taste, and my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button and tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single super exciting video. Excuse me. Go to vinsandrew.com, vinsandrew.com. Let's see, book 4 in American Crime Story was just published in paperback and ebook. The new edition of The Girl Who Wasn't There will be out in a few days. So lots to look at. We try to update the website tonight or tomorrow. It's just been like crazy busy here. They tell me it was Thanksgiving already. I wouldn't know. I've been working throughout the duration. If you want to call it work. But just a quickie today. It's a Sunday, probably a big travel day, I would imagine. Or just a big chill out day because tomorrow we start back in again. Or the people who have normal jobs, have to go back to the office and they're all bombing out. So, but I read an interesting article about this dude who lives up in the Adirondacks, and he interviewed himself about what it takes to make a decent living at this business. If you want to even call it a business. Well, it is a business. Let's face it. You have to run it like a business or you're going to fail. And it just amazes me because, I'm always trying to learn. Here I am, almost 60 years old, and I'm still trying to learn. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to find the golden egg, or or like Jason and the Argon. I'm like Jason and the Argonauts. I'm, traveling the world just looking for that golden fleece. And of course, these things don't exist. But you still feel the need to search for them. What's the answer, right? And as much as I want to believe it's like, oh, well, you didn't realize that you have to do A, B, C, and D, and then do, divide them by Z and whatever. Anyway, there's no magical formula is what I'm trying to say. There's just one thing you have to do, and it's just the more I look into this stuff, the more you can't escape it. And number one, you have to be prolific. This is not really a passive income. It can be. There's books that will, if I just dropped everything for the next 3 months, there's books that would sell every day, just about. But my sales would fall off precipitously, if that happened. But once you get 400 books or something like that, you kind of can't help but make good money. But I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there. I'll definitely hit the 200 mark next year. Probably 250 the year after that. 300 maybe the year after that. So we'll see. So I guess it is very possible. Anyway, so you have to be prolific, and prolific also entails being talented. It entails being dedicated. It entails all that stuff. That's the real magic sauce. 2, it entails controlling your own IP. You need to own your own stuff. And it took me a long, long time to figure that out. I wanted the validation of having been published by a real publishing house and all that sort of stuff. But I'm over that now. I've had 60 contracts or something like that, and made close to $1 million in advances and things. And now advances suck. But anyway, some of those books I'll never get back. And they're not selling, and so I don't see a dollar from those. But the books I have under my Bear Media label, those books are always working for me. And if one of them sort of gets tired and whatever, I can revamp it a little bit and put it into a promo and get it right back on the bestseller list. Now that's control, and that's investment. So you need to control all your own IP. And I'm reminded of this big battle that's Dean Wesley Smith brought this up in his blog today. I guess Hall and Oates, they're battling over their property, their intellectual property. I guess Daryl Hall. Is it Daryl Hall? I used to know Daryl Hall, but maybe that was in the construction business. Anyway, the Hall guy, the tall blonde one, not the short guy with the cheesy mustache. I think I just described myself, the short guy with the cheesy mustache. Anyway, I don't know what's going on, but they don't own all their rights, and they're trying to get them back or something like this. But they're battling each other somehow. Anyway, Hall came out and said, like, I wished if I had it all to do it all over again, I would have owned my own work, right? Because they're getting cheesed. They're getting totally screwed over. Now these guys are old, right? They're probably in their 70s or whatever, and you know they've had their heyday, and they gave their shit away, like, and so the things we do because we think it makes us feel important, and it does. And there's nothing better than like putting up a post on social media that says just signed a six-figure deal with Random House or whatever. Those days are gone, but like, when they were there, when they existed, I was the first one to do that. Look how great I am, right? Anyway, third thing, got to keep this brief. And I liked that this author said that. I wish I could tell you his name. I don't know his name, but he did write a book called Gone that did really well in 2016. That was a good year. I had a good year in 2016 too. I hit the overall #1 Amazon spot, maybe twice, once or twice anyway. I think I did it 15 and again at 16 or 17. But this book Gone, which I have a sneaking suspicion Thomas and Mercer published it. And if that's the case, then I've probably met this individual, but I just did not recognize the name. But his book, I think I recognized. Anyway, that was a good year for him, and God bless him. But he just said, you know what? He lives way up in the Adirondacks and almost like a cabin, but a nice little place. But he came right out and said, I live in a depressed town that's not expensive. I'm not a famous guy. I walk down the road, nobody knows who the hell I am. And he said, I live simply. I have a dog, 3 kids, a wife, and maybe his wife works too, but I don't know. And he's like, we live minimal in a minimalist style, and I do the same. I have, my little apartment, my Jeep. I own my Jeep right out. I have to take it in for repair tomorrow, but there's only it's a 2012, but there's only 85,000 miles on it because we're hermits. We don't go anywhere other than, I get on a plane to go somewhere, but I hardly drive anywhere other than like to the gin mill down the street or the supermarket up the street. That's about it. But it's important to live simply as possible. You need, if times get tough, you need a line of credit, but just make sure you pay on that. So, you got to figure those things out. Lastly, #4, you got to love what you're doing, no matter what. You got to love it. And swinging back around to #1, you should always be learning. You're never too old to learn some new stuff. Just keep seeking the answers. You know what I'm saying? And all of the, this is true for any business you're in. Even if you're an accountant, you want to just keep learning and, always maintain that enthusiasm. I just don't ever see it abating ever. I just see myself face planting in my laptop here, and that'll be it. And one of my writer friends will finish whatever I'm working on. Do you think? I wonder if when that happens, it'll say "arg." Well, if he was dying, you wouldn't bother to write "arg." If anybody can tell me what I'm referring to with that, I'll send you a free book. All right, that's all I got for you. Just a little pep talk on this beautiful Sunday. I hope you're not watching it. I hope you watch it later, and I hope you're out doing something fun on the last remaining hours of your holiday weekend. And I will catch you tomorrow when it's officially Christmas season. I think it's officially Christmas season now. And tomorrow's like what? Digital Monday, do they call it? Is that what they call it? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe somebody's. I don't think. Usually nobody chats on Sundays, so let me check anyway, just in case. No. Okay, good. All right, then I will catch everybody tomorrow, hopefully. If not, then Tuesday. So ciao, ciao.